12 soldiers stood inside the large hangar. They wore black suits with glowing blue lights on their chests. Their helmets rested under their arms. The air smelled like metal and oil. No one spoke. Commander Ray looked at his team. "You all know what this mission means," he said. His voice was deep, calm, and serious. "We land on planet D9 in 48 hours. No team has returned before, but we're not just any team." A young soldier, Kara, stepped forward. "Sir, what happened?" To the others, Ray paused. "They vanished. No signal, no trace. Only static." "Then why are we being sent?" Another voice asked. Ray's eyes narrowed. "Because Earth Command received something new. A signal from that planet." Lieutenant Mace raised an eyebrow. "A signal? From the dead zone?" Ray nodded. "It said only one thing: don't trust Earth." Silence filled the room. The words sat heavy in the air. The ship, Vanguard 1, was ready. It had thick armor, advanced scanners, and a powerful AI named Iris. As the engines roared to life, the team boarded quietly, like soldiers heading into a storm they could not see. Inside the ship, Iris spoke. Her voice was calm and soft. "Welcome, crew. Destination, Planet D9. Estimated arrival, 47 hours. They entered warp space." Lights outside the windows turned into bright blue streaks. Everything seemed smooth. Until the ship shook. "Power." "Spike," Iris said. "Unidentified signal detected." "Where's it coming from?" Ray asked. "Everywhere," Iris answered. "It's inside the ship." Suddenly, the lights flickered. The crew rushed to their stations. Kara looked at her monitor. "Sir, there's something on board." Ray stood up fast. "What do you mean?" "We scanned before launch. I don't know. But something's moving between the walls." Iris interrupted. "Hallway camera 3 offline. Motion detected near engineering." Ray grabbed his weapon. "Mace, Kara with me." They moved through the narrow hallway. Everything was quiet, too quiet. Then a loud bang echoed from behind the door. Ray raised his weapon. "Open it." The door slid open slowly. Nothing. Just wires hanging from the ceiling. A toolbox lay on the floor. Sparks jumped from a broken panel. Then a voice came from the dark. "Help, May." A man stepped into the light. His suit was torn. His eyes were wide with fear. Kara gasped. "Commander!" "That's Commander Hall. He was on the last mission." "That's impossible," Ray whispered. "He's been missing for 3 years." Commander Hall stepped forward, weak and shaking. "You shouldn't be here. They sent us to die, just like you." "What happened to your team?" Ray asked. "They fed us to the planet. They knew." "Earth Command knew. D9 is not dead. It's alive, and it remembers." Before anyone could speak, Hall collapsed. Mace knelt beside him. "He's gone." Ray looked around the room. "This changes everything. We can't trust the mission." Suddenly, Iris's voice returned. "We have arrived." The ship dropped out of warp. Planet D9 filled the window. Gray clouds, black oceans, and strange shapes on the surface. It looked like it was breathing. The ship began to descend. Landing. "Zone detected," Iris said. "Warning, environment unstable." The crew landed in silence. Dust swirled outside. They stepped out, weapons ready. The ground was soft, almost like flesh. Kara touched it with her glove. "It's warm." Ray scanned the area. "Move fast, in and out." They walked toward strange towers in the distance. As they got closer, the towers moved, twisting slightly, like they noticed the team. Mace stared up. "These aren't buildings." "No," Ray said. "They're bones." Suddenly, the ground shook. Something large moved beneath them. "Back to the ship." Ray shouted. Too late. A giant crack opened in the ground. The crew fell in. Darkness. When Ray opened his eyes, he was in a white room. Alone. A figure stood across from him, a man in a black suit. No helmet, "You're not supposed to be here," the man said. "Who are you?" Ray asked. The man smiled. "I'm you." Ray looked closer. The man had his face, his eyes, his scar. The man stepped forward. "They used us. Again and again. This place copies us, studies us, feeds on us. Earth sends more, and it learns more." "You're lying," Ray said. The copy shook his head. "No, I'm your memory. I'm what happens when you stay too long." Ray ran. He found Kara and Mace in a chamber filled with glowing pods. Each pod had a human inside. One opened. Another. Kara stepped out. The real Kara screamed, That's me." The copy looked at her, confused. "Why did you come back?" Ray looked around. Hundreds of pods. Hundreds of copies. "This is a trap," he whispered. "We're the fuel." Suddenly, a voice filled the room. Deep, cold, not human. "You are not welcome." A huge eye opened in the ceiling above them. The walls began to melt. The copy screamed and vanished. Ray grabbed his team. "We need to get out, now." They ran through shifting tunnels. Every path looked the same. But Ray remembered something. The signal, it came from here. It warned us, maybe someone is still alive. They found a small chamber, filled with old tech. A screen turned on. An old soldier appeared, half his face metal, half human. "I sent the signal," he said. "I've been trapped here for 10 years. I kept the planet from copying me. But it's growing smarter. You must destroy it." "How?" Ray asked. The man looked serious. "Your ship. It has a fusion core. You detonate it inside the chamber. It will burn the planet's mind." "You're asking us to die," Kara said. He nodded. "Or let this place spread." Ray closed his eyes, set the timer. They planted the core in the main chamber. As the timer counted down, the team ran toward the exit. Tunnels collapsed. The eye above screamed in rage. The ship was almost out of reach. Mace fell behind. "Go, I'll cover you." Ray turned. "No." But Mace was already gone, swallowed by the shifting walls. Kara and Ray jumped into the ship. Iris launched them into orbit. Behind them, the planet cracked. Light poured out. Then silence. Back on Earth, Command received a message. It was short. "We were sent to die, but we chose to fight." No one spoke. The feed went dark. And in deep space, far beyond any scanner, something watched Earth and waited. The Vanguard 1 circled low above the dark surface of planet D9. Commander Ray and his team stared through the thick windows. The planet was strange gray skies churned with heavy clouds, and vast black plains stretched as far as they could see. Yet something about the landscape felt wrong. Not lifeless, but alive. "We landed here too fast," Kara said, her voice tight. "The scanners show unusual energy signatures all over the place." Mace checked his tablet. "It's like the whole planet is active. It's pulsing." Ray frowned. "Pulsing how?" "Like a heartbeat," Kara answered, shivering slightly. Ray didn't like it. "Keep your eyes open. This place has killed crews before." The ramp hissed and opened. Dust swirled around their boots as they stepped onto the soil. The ground was soft and warm beneath them, almost like it was breathing. Kara bent down and touched the dirt. Warm, like skin. Ray signaled the team forward. "Stay close, stay alert." As they moved, strange shapes appeared in the mistal. Thin towers made of what looked like bone and metal, but they shimmered, as if alive. Their surfaces pulsed softly, moving slowly like breathing. "Those towers," Mace whispered. "They're not buildings." "No," Ray said, his voice low. "There's something else." Suddenly, the ground beneath Kara trembled. She stumbled but caught herself. The team stopped. A deep rumble echoed all around. "Get back to the ship," Ray ordered. Before they could move, the earth cracked open just a few feet away. Thick black tendrils, like roots but alive, shot up from the ground. The team raised their weapons, firing into the writhing shadows, but the tendrils absorbed the energy and grew stronger. Kara yelled. They're feeding off our attacks. Ray's eyes scanned for a way out. Fall back, move. The team ran back, but the planet's surface shifted under their feet. Paths they took twisted, disappeared, and new ones opened. The land seemed to fold and change on its own. Mace shouted, "This isn't just a planet, it's a trap." Suddenly, Kara stopped and pointed. "Look!" From behind the towers emerged figures, humans. Or something like them. They walked slowly, perfectly still. What are those?" Kara whispered. Ray raised his weapon. "Show yourself." One figure stepped forward. It looked like a soldier-worn black suit, helmet under its arm, but its eyes were empty. Glowing faint blue. The figure lifted its hand. "You should not be here," Kara gasped. "It's like a copy, but not alive. Be careful," Ray warned. "They may be dangerous." The copied soldier raised its voice, cold and echoing. "You are the invaders. The planet remembers." Suddenly, more copies appeared from the mist, surrounding the team. "Hold your ground," Ray shouted. "Weapons ready." The copies moved in unison, silent but fast. The battle was strange. Shots rang out, but the copies barely flinched. They seemed to absorb the damage. One copy reached out and touched Kara's arm. She froze. "Your pain is mine," the copy said. Softly. Kara struggled to pull away. "What do you want?" "To learn, to survive, to keep the planet alive." Ray fired a shot that hit the copy's chest. It staggered but didn't fall. The copies formed a circle around the team. Ray shouted, "Retreat! Back to the ship now!" They ran, but the ground shifted again. The towers bent and moved, blocking paths and closing in. Mace grabbed Kara's hand. "Don't look back." Behind them, the copies followed, moving like shadows. The team reached the ship's ramp just as the ground cracked in front of them. Ray climbed aboard last, sealing the door. Inside, Iris said calmly, "Warning, planetary activity increased. Unusual movement detected." Ray caught his breath. "This planet is alive. It's not just land, it's a being." Kara shivered. "And it's angry." Suddenly, the ship's monitors flashed. An image appeared, a map of tunnels beneath the surface. Something was moving. "Below, underground," Mace said, pointing. "That's where they came from." Ray stared at the map. "We need to know what's under D9. It's the source of this." Kara nodded. "If we don't, this planet will trap us too." The team prepared their gear. Ray said, "We go down, but stay close. This planet is watching." As they descended into the tunnels, strange sounds echoed, low growls, whispers, and the hum of something ancient. The walls pulsed like living flesh. Suddenly, a voice whispered, "Leave or become part of the planet." Ray raised his weapon. "Who's there?" A figure appeared in the shadows, a woman, dressed in torn armor, eyes bright but sad. "Help us," she said. "We were trapped like you." Kara stepped forward. "Who are you?" "We are the lost, the copies. We fight to keep the planet alive, but we are prisoners." Ray looked at the others. "We must find a way out," the woman nodded. "But the planet will not let you leave without a fight." Suddenly, the tunnel shook violently. Ray shouted, "Move now." The walls closed in as the team ran. They reached a chamber with a giant glowing crystal at the center. It pulsed like a heart. "The core," the woman said. "Destroy it, and the planet will die." Ray looked at Kara and Mace. "Are we ready?" Kara's voice was firm. "For our lives. For Earth." Ray set the charges. As the timer counted down, the chamber trembled. The copies appeared again, blocking their escape. Ray yelled, "Fight! We're not giving up." Blasts echoed. The crystal began to crack. The timer hit 0. A blinding light filled the chamber. The planet screamed. The team was thrown back through the tunnels. Now collapsing, they burst out of the surface. Gasping. Ray looked back. The towers crumbled. The black clouds cleared. Iris announced. Planetary activity decreasing. Mission success probable. Kara smiled weakly. We survived, Ray said. But we know now. This planet isn't dead. It's alive and it remembers us. As the Vanguard. One lifted off. The team looked back at D9. The planet was quiet now, but something deep inside still watched. And waited. The ship Vanguard 1 drifted through deep space, far from the burning remains of planet D9. Inside, Commander Ray and his team sat in silence. Their bodies were tired, but their minds were restless. What they had seen on D9 haunted them. Kara broke the silence. We barely escaped alive. But those copies, what were they exactly? Mace shook his head. They looked like us but weren't alive. Just clones. Copies made by the planet. Ray's eyes darkened. Earth sent soldiers to die there. But the planet didn't just kill them, it copied them. Kara's voice trembled. Then what happens to those copies? Are they alive? Do they think? Ray looked at the screen. Images flickered. Clones standing still in rows, eyes glowing faintly. Their trapped minds, shadows of us. Suddenly, the ship's alarm rang out. Iris's voice was sharp. Unknown signal detected. Incoming transmission. Ray frowned. From where? Close, Iris said. From a ship nearby. The crew moved to the command deck. On the main screen appeared a small vessel, dark, worn, but alive. A crackling voice came through. This is Captain Sloan. We've been searching for survivors from D9. Ray leaned forward. This is Commander Ray of Vanguard 1. We're survivors. Sloan's face appeared, a man with tired eyes and a deep scar. Good, we're few. But alive, we need help. Kara glanced at Ray. More survivors? From where? Ray nodded slowly. Looks like Earth's lost more crews than we thought. Minutes later, the two ships docked. Sloan and his team boarded Vanguard 1. Sloan's gaze was heavy. You saw it too, right? The clones? Ray nodded. Yes, the planet copies humans, traps their minds. Sloan's voice grew darker. Those clones aren't just copies. They're weapons. Weapons? Kara repeated. Sloan sighed. The planet uses them to learn and fight back. But Earth Command made a bigger mistake. Ray's eyes narrowed. What mistake? Sloan looked away. They started cloning us, not just the planet. Everyone was silent. Ray asked carefully. Explain. Sloan's voice was low. Earth Command built secret labs. They cloned fallen soldiers from D9 missions, trying to make super soldiers. Maces. Face went pale. So we're fighting our own clones? Yes, Sloan said. But the clones are unstable. They don't always obey. They want freedom. Kara's hands shook. That means they're out there, Sloan said grimly. On Earth, hidden among us. Ray clenched his fists. We thought we were the last. But the clones are real. Alive and dangerous. Suddenly the ship's lights flickered. Iris announced, warning, breach detected. The crew ran to the hallway. A figure appeared, stepping out of the shadows. It looked like Kara, same face, same eyes, but cold. And expressionless. Kara gasped. That's me. Ray raised his weapon. Identify yourself. The clone spoke, voice emotionless. I am your shadow. I remember your moves, your fears. I am what you left behind. Mace shouted. What do you want? The clone's eyes glowed blue. To be free, to live. Kara stepped forward. We are not your enemies. We can help. The clone paused. Help? No, you are part of the problem. It raised its hand, and suddenly the ship's systems flickered and died. Darkness. Ray's voice cut through. Stay calm, Iris. Backup systems now. The lights returned slowly. The clone vanished. We need to find out how many clones are out there, Ray said. And stop this. Sloane nodded. They're dangerous, but not all of them want to fight. Kara looked worried. Some want peace, but how do we trust them? Ray turned toward the bridge. We find answers. We stop the war before it starts. Mace looked at him. Or we end up fighting ourselves. The silence that followed was heavy. Outside the ship, stars glittered coldly. Inside, the crew prepared for the battles ahead against shadows of themselves, and a future no one expected. The stars outside the Vanguard one were calm, but inside, the crew was restless. Commander Ray stood before the control panel, eyes fixed on the blinking radar. Any sign of the clones we saw? He asked. Lieutenant Mace shook his head. No contacts yet, but our scanners are picking up something else. Incoming ships, multiple. Kara's voice trembled slightly. From Earth Command? Before Ray could answer, the alarm blared. Red lights flashed. Iris's voice was sharp. Warning! Unidentified fleet approaching. Multiple warships entering combat range. Ray's heart sank. Prepare for contact. Shields up, weapons ready. As the enemy ships drew closer, Ray's radio crackled. This is Admiral Brand of Earth Command, a cold voice said. Vanguard 1, you are ordered to stand down and surrender. Your mission is terminated. Return to Earth immediately. Ray clenched his jaw. Admiral, we have survivors and vital intel. We're returning with the truth. Your truth is classified, the Admiral replied. You will comply or be destroyed. The crew exchanged uneasy glances. Kara whispered, they want to silence us. Ray nodded. This is betrayal from our own people. Mace stepped forward. They sent us to die, and now they want to kill us again. Suddenly, the fleet opened fire. The ship shook violently. Ray shouted, evasive maneuvers, return fire. Lasers streaked through space as Vanguard 1 dodged and fired back. Shields at 60%, Iris warned. Kara gripped her console. They know our weaknesses. Ray ordered, target their lead ship. We need to break through. The battle raged. Explosions rocked the ship. A missile struck the engine core. Critical damage. Iris cried, engine failure imminent. Ray looked at the crew. Brace for impact. The ship lurched and spun. Out of control. Alarms screamed. Mace shouted, we're going down. Ray's voice was steady. Activate escape pods. One by one, pods ejected into the void. Ray and Kara jumped into the last pod. As they drifted away, Ray stared back at the burning wreckage of Vanguard 1. Why? Kara asked, voice shaking. Why betray your own? Ray's eyes burned with pain, because the truth threatens those in power. Suddenly, the pod systems flickered. A transmission came through. Ray, this is Sloane. We're nearby. Hold on, Ray exhaled. We're not alone. In the darkness of space, betrayal was clear, but the fight for survival and the truth had just begun. The escape pod floated silently through space. Inside, Commander Ray and Kara stared out at the endless darkness. They had escaped death once again, but their mission was far from over. Kara broke the silence. Where are we heading now? Ray's eyes scanned the small control panel. There's a signal nearby, unknown origin. It's faint, but it's there. Kara frowned. Could it be another ship? Or something worse? Before Ray could answer, the pod's sensors beeped loudly. Iris's voice came through the speaker. Calm but serious. Unknown life form detected approaching. Ray's grip tightened. Prepare for contact. Suddenly, a shadow passed over the pod's window. A large shape, unlike anything they had seen before. Kara gasped. What is that? Ray's voice was steady. Stay calm. Let's see what it wants. The pod's exterior glowed softly as the figure came closer. Through the window, they saw an alien being. It was tall, with smooth skin that shimmered like liquid metal, eyes deep and knowing. The alien spoke, but not with words. Its thoughts entered their minds directly. You are lost. I have waited, Ray swallowed. Who are you? A guardian. Protector of those who come here. Kara's voice was cautious. Why wait for us? Because you carry the seed of change. The planet's heart is broken. The clones, the war, they will destroy all. Ray asked, can you help us? The alien's eyes glowed brighter. I can guide you. But first, you must prove your will. Suddenly, the pod trembled. The alien's voice grew urgent. Darkness approaches. Betrayal comes from within. Choose wisely. Kara looked at Ray. What does that mean? Ray's jaw tightened. It means the fight isn't just outside, it's inside us too. The alien extended a hand toward the pod's controls. Follow me. Find the truth beneath the surface. With no other choice, Ray piloted the pod toward the glowing light the alien led them to dot as they neared. The pod entered a vast underground cavern. Crystal formations pulsed with energy, lighting the space in blue and green. The alien's voice echoed. This is the source. The planet's heart. Suddenly, images flashed in their minds, visions of the clones, the battles, the betrayals. Ray whispered, this place holds everything. The pain, the hope, the future. Kara nodded. And maybe the answer. The alien warned, but the heart is guarded. Many have tried to claim its power. Few have returned. Ray looked at Kara, determination burning in his eyes. We have to try. The cavern doors began to close slowly. The alien's final message was clear. Trust each other. Trust yourselves. Only then will the heart open. With a deep breath, Ray and Kara stepped forward. The adventure was far from over. And the alien that waited held the key to everything. The cavern around Ray and Kara pulsed with light, the crystals casting long shadows on the walls. The alien guide watched them silently, its eyes glowing softly. Ray glanced at Kara. This place, it feels alive. Kara nodded slowly. Like, the planet itself is watching us. The alien's voice echoed in their minds. D9 is awakening. Its power stirs beneath your feet. You must be ready. Suddenly, the ground trembled. The walls vibrated as if the planet itself was breathing. Ray steadied himself. What's happening? The heart of D9 responds to those who seek its truth, the alien said. But with awakening comes danger. From the shadows, a low rumble grew into a roar. Shapes began to move, massive forms covered in glowing energy, guardians of the planet's core. Kara whispered, we're not alone. Ray raised his voice. We come in peace. We want to save, not to fight. The largest guardian stepped forward, its eyes glowing fiercely. A deep voice echoed from it. Why should we trust you? You brought destruction before. Ray met the guardian's gaze. Because we learned. Because we want to stop the war. Between humans and clones. Between us and D9. The guardians. Eyes flickered. Prove it. Show us your heart. Kara reached out her hand. We carry the burden of many lost. We want to heal, not to destroy. A silent moment passed. Then the guardians slowly lowered their weapons. The alien spoke again. The awakening begins, but your journey is just starting. Suddenly, the ground beneath them cracked open, revealing a swirling light. The alien urged, step into the heart. Face your fears. Only then will D9 trust you. Ray looked at Kara. Together? She nodded. Together. As they stepped into the glowing light, images flashed in their minds, memories of Earth, the clones, the betrayal, and a hope for peace. Then silence. When they opened their eyes, they stood in a vast chamber. The heart of D-9. The alien's voice was soft. The planet speaks. What will you answer? Ray took a deep breath. We choose peace. Kara added, we choose to protect, not to destroy. The chamber brightened, the light spreading through the planet's core. Outside, the guardians watched as D9's energy shifted from anger to calm. The aliens smiled in their minds. You have awakened D9's true power, the power to change. The future. Ray looked at Kara with hope. We have a chance. Let's not waste it. The journey ahead was still dangerous, but now they had the planet's strength, and with it, the hope to end the war, once and for all. Commander Ray sat in the dim light of the command room, the stars beyond the viewport cold and distant. His mind raced with the weight of recent events, the awakening of D9, the aliens' warning, and the betrayal from Earth Command. Kara entered quietly, her eyes sharp. Ray, the fleet is regrouping. Earth Command isn't done with us. Ray looked up, determination burning in his eyes. They want to destroy everything we've fought for. But we can't let revenge destroy us too. Suddenly, the ships. COMEMs crackled. Sloane's voice came through, urgent. Ray, we intercepted a transmission. Earth Command plans a massive strike, not just on us, but on D9 itself. Ray's fists clenched. They want to burn the planet to ashes. Kara whispered, then we fight back. But how? Ray stood, voice steady. We use what we have. The power of D9, the clones. The truth. Mace appeared, eyes hard. Some clones want revenge. They've been hunting Earth Command ships. Ray nodded. We must control that anger. If the clones lose control, it'll be the end for all of us. Suddenly, alarms blared. Incoming fleet detected Earth Command's battle group. Ray took a deep breath. Prepare for battle. The ship shook as enemy lasers tore through. The void. Ray shouted commands. Shields up. Target their command ship, Kara fired back, her hand steady despite the chaos. They're strong, but we know their moves. Amid the fight, the ship's AI reported, energy signature rising. 509 is responding, Ray smiled grimly. The planet fights with us. A massive pulse of energy erupted from D9's core, sweeping through space like a wave. Enemy ships faltered, systems failing. Sloane's voice came through again. It's working. The planet's power is turning the tide. Ray glanced at Kara. We've only just begun. Suddenly, a transmission hacked their comes Earth Command's Admiral Brand. You think you can stop us? This war will end with our victory. You're nothing but shadows. Ray's voice was cold. Shadows can still strike. With a sudden move, clones appeared on board, not to fight, but to stand with Ray. One clone stepped forward, voice firm. We choose a new path. Revenge beyond stars is empty. We fight for the future. Ray looked around, hope lighting the room. Together we end this. The battle raged, but the unity of humans, clones, and D9's power began to break Earth. Commands will dot as the last enemy ship fell. Silence settled. Kara smiled softly. We won, but at what cost? Ray sighed. The cost of peace is never small, but it's worth fighting for. The stars outside shone brighter now, as if the universe itself had witnessed their stand. Ray whispered, Revenge beyond the stars ends here. A new dawn begins. The stars outside the Vanguard shimmered quietly as Commander Ray stood on the bridge, looking out at the vastness of space. The long battle was over, but a new challenge had just begun. Kara joined him, her eyes tired but determined. We did it, Ray. Earth Command's power is broken. Ray nodded slowly. Yes, but power leaves a vacuum. Someone will try to fill it. From the COM system, Sloane's voice interrupted. Commander, the colonies are calling for a new leader. They want peace, but they fear chaos. Ray sighed. We can't just win a war and hope peace follows. We have to build it. Kara asked quietly, but who will trust us after all the lies, the betrayals? Ray looked at her, eyes steady. We start by being honest, by showing them a better way. Suddenly, alarms beeped. The screens lit up with images of ships approaching, but these ships bore no weapons. They came with flags of truce. Mace reported, delegates from the colonies and even some Earth factions. They want to talk, Ray's heart raced. This is our chance. We can create a new Order 1 built on trust, not fear. The alien from D9 appeared in the hologram chamber. Its voice was calm and wise. The planet is healed, but the galaxy watches. Balance is fragile. Ray responded, we will protect that balance. Not with force, but with unity. Kara smiled. It's a new beginning for all of us. But just as hope filled the room, a sudden message came through an encrypted warning from deep space. Sloane's voice trembled. Commander, a rogue fleet moves in the shadows. They want to destroy everything we've built. Ray's jaw tightened. So the fight isn't over. But this time, we fight for peace, not revenge. He turned to Kara. Are you ready? She nodded firmly. Always. Ray faced the stars. Once more, a new order begins, but the galaxy will test us. Together, we'll face whatever comes. The future was uncertain, but hope burned brighter than ever. And in that light, humanity's true story was just beginning.